Hey everyone, it's Tony here with Nerds Never Sleep, and I'm bringing you guys another Ichiban Kuji prize figure unboxing. Going back to a series I started doing a few weeks ago during my vacation, the My Hero Academia Will Power Kuji. I had previously done Vigilante Deku with his cowl on, looking like a boss, and this badass All Might rocking the leather jacket in his depowered state. Freaking loved both of these. If you guys haven't seen the videos, check them out. I got them down in the playlist down below. So I ended up doing a poll on the channels for who I was going to highlight first. And obviously, not really much to my surprise, Hawks was the winner. So this week, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to show you the little loser of the poll, Best Jeanist, who someone I kind of couldn't really stand in the beginning, and I definitely grew to really like this character. So we're going to go ahead, check out this box, see what's inside. All right, so first things first, one thing you guys will notice if you watched the previous videos here with Deku and All Might was that this actually does list the prize, which is right here. Sorry, I was covering it up. It lists your prize letter, which is the F prize. This is one of the ways you can tell if you're getting your product from Japan or overseas, or if you're getting the US printing release. The US boxes or the stateside boxes do not have the prize numbers on them because they don't actually do the Kuji draws in the States. So this is how you know if you're getting them from Japan directly, or wherever else they're running the Kujis from. I know they do them in a lot of Asian countries besides Japan. So this is how you can tell the difference. Obviously, if there's a letter on the prize, it is from overseas. If it is no letter, you're probably getting an American release. So only difference is with these runs, you get the last prize figure. With the non-letter, the U.S. stateside printing, you do not get the last prize if you buy a whole set. So obviously we have the front where you got Best Jeanist here, My Hero Academia. We've got the side with a little bit of a little small picture of him. On this side over here, we have a lightly kind of faded out silhouette of Best Jeanist. And here on the back, which I like they do this, they show you every single one of the figures that you can win. Other than, double check, yes, the last prize. So these don't even show you the last prize. It's supposed to be a secret, which was a metallic version of Vigilante Deku. So pretty cool. Like I said, these are pretty basic boxes, but I do appreciate the fact that they show the other characters on the box. So enough of that. We're going to go ahead. We're going to cut them open and take a look at how Best Jeanist looks. Okay, so you guys know the drill by now. Don't need to tell you. Cut all your tape. And on these ones, they actually have tape on the little flap, so you gotta be careful with that. And he does not have a clamshell. He is actually in cardboard. So it's a cardboard. We've got some just some bubble wrap just kind of flung in there. And it looks like he is all one piece right here with a footy peg. So, or a foot little stool, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to take this and we're going to cut it all open real quick. And that's it. Best Jeanist is just one piece. And he does stand up on his own, so I don't even think I'm going to use this foot peg. See, he's got one of these little translucent, ugly foot peg things, but he seems to be pretty stable. I mean, I can shake him around. I mean, he does kind of wobble a little bit, but let's see, where does this one go? It looks like it's going to go on this leg right here and kind of stabilize him a little bit. This kind of boot is good. Yeah, sometimes these are a little tricky to figure out where they go, but all right, so it'll actually, I'll show you guys real quick. It's actually going to kind of just go right up into his like heel right here. So I'll stabilize him a little bit more. And he definitely stabilizes a heck of a lot more if you put it on. It just, these things can kind of be an eyesore sometimes, especially if the figure stands on its own. Taking a look at him real quick. Actually looks pretty good. Wasn't really expecting much of it. He's just a guy in some jean shirts and jeans, but looks pretty good, actually. I'm actually surprised. So I'm going to just not waste any time, bring you guys in, let you take a look at Best Jeanist, and see what you guys all think. All right, so here we are with the full 360 view of Best Jeanist. And as you can see, I did put his little foot peg on there just to stabilize him a little bit more. Really cool looking actual piece. I wasn't expecting much out of him, but they did a really good job with the details, kind of like a lot of the other figures in this line. Hawks, I mean, I wasn't super impressed by, so I wasn't sure what to really expect with this one, but I kind of like it, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to zoom you guys in here and let you get a little bit of a closer look at the details in him. As you can see, he's rocking his little boots here. The details in the boots are actually pretty good. You know, again, the color details and stuff in the shading in his jeans, stuff like that, all really good. He's got kind of like almost like cowboy boots he's rocking. Definitely kind of reminds you of a American Hero because he's kind of got the cowboy boots and the denim, you know. So he's got his blue jeans on, he's got his belt, you know, all the details are pretty good. It's weird because the detail in All Might's jeans looks a lot better than the details on Best Jeanist jeans. But again, different jeans, different materials, whatever. So I just love his costume, how it's got the butt pockets right here and the belt around the face. It makes me laugh every freaking time I see it because it's like he has two waistlines. But I'm going to go back over here to the front again and let you guys see the front. And his belt is just so inappropriate. I know that's his nickname. His his name's Best Jeanist, but having a belt buckle that literally says BJ always cracks me up with this character. Now, his hands are posed, obviously, in his little kind of action pose. The one thing I wish they would have done, which I might even add myself, is to add like a thread going across the fingers here. Something you can kind of do, sorry about that, while yourself, you know, obviously. But the face looks good. He's got the hair going over the eyes, all his emo look there. Really good. He's got his, again, sorry I keep laughing, his belt going around his head here. Very, very strange. But again, he is one of those characters who's just really, really odd, but creative, to say the least. I think it's a cool looking piece, even though he is just utterly, utterly, utterly ridiculous. I'm going to show you guys how he looks with the rest of the Kuji figures that I've done so far before we cut this out. So first here he is with Hawks, who he actually lost to last week. You know, they size up pretty well together. And, you know, he does look good. So I think he fits in with the set very well. And I'm going to show you the other two right now. So honestly, here they are right here. Here is Vigilante Deku, depowered badass All Might. Here is little baby wing Hawks right here. And when they're all together, they actually do scale really damn good together. Because when you think about it, Best Jeanist he's got his knees bent. He is tall when you are going to size him up now, when you kind of look at the grand scheme here. And Hawks actually is tiny. He's only 5'4", so Deku is actually taller than him. So when you look at all these together, they scale perfectly. So they look really cool together. I'm very happy so far with the way this Kuji all came out. And again, they all just look really badass together. So if you want to check any of these boys out, you can actually check out the unboxings for each one of them on the channel as well. Just giving you guys another little look real quick before we end this video. So that was your look at Best Jeanist. Now, I'm going to be honest. Again, wasn't really expecting much out of this one. And after a closer look at him, they killed it with this one. I really dig it. As weird as it sounds, I really, really like this. Granted, I don't think he's as good as Vigilante Deku. I don't think he's good as All Might. It is, you know, again, strange that All Might is just scaled so big compared to everybody else. And even Deku is standing taller than Best Jeanist. But again, he is in like a kind of a very crouched position. You can definitely see, I mean, even if you went like this, how long his legs are. So his leg actually is about as long as All Might is tall. So I guess it just has something to do with the pose. I definitely thought it was a little odd, even just looking at their boxes in this set, because most of the time with these Kuji figures, the boxes are pretty similar in size, unless you get something like a full-powered All Might, or you have an Endeavor in this Kuji, and then their boxes are typically huge. The Endeavor for this set, the box for him is about this big. So it's huge. I don't know how they're scaling this Kuji. It does look a little off so far, just from what the figures are. So I don't really know how these are to scale, but they do look really cool together, and every one of them is very good quality. I mean, Jeanist, again, there's not a whole lot to his costume. I think the texturing and stuff in the jeans on All Might looks a lot cooler, but I know that he's supposed to look rougher, stuff like that, and more worn down, where Best Jeanist kind of always keeps his stuff tight. You know, it's all neat, it's tight, because it's kind of part of his power. So I do like that they kept it kind of fresh and clean, but again, they did do a lot of texturing and details. It's just not as noticeable when you put it up next to like All Might's jeans. But again, comparing two different things, one where he's using it towards his powers, the other one where he's just banging around in those jeans. So all in all, I dig it. I really like the figure. Again, never was really a fan of Jeanist until later on in the series, which now I am a fan of him, kind of after his, whole arc that he had. I won't spoil anything about it, so depending on where you are in the manga, obviously this is not spoiling anything, or in the anime, not spoiling anything by saying he has a little bit of an arc to him, and by the end of things, I really do like the character. So happy to finally have a little bit more variety with the My Hero stuff. I know we typically get, the trio. We get our Deku, our Bakugo, and our Todoroki. Sometimes we get an All Might. Sometimes we get an Endeavor thrown in, and another random character here and there. We get the villains. We got a couple of the villains now. So it's nice to see it branch out a little bit more. Kind of like how the basic prize figures are. I know we're getting like people like Mina and stuff like that coming out finally. So it is nice to see it branch out, because eventually this series is coming to a close. The manga is in its final arc. It's coming to a close. So it's about time some of these other characters get some spotlight before it's over. So I really dig it. I think he is awesome. Like I said, wasn't expecting much, and it exceeded my expectations, obviously. I think he looks great. The pose is great. The way I can't even replicate it. The way his hands are just posed. It just looks really cool, because he is kind of he's got a lot of flair to him. I wouldn't mind seeing a Bakugo with the hair done like Jeanist when he was doing his apprenticeship with him. I just think it'd be a hilarious figure to have, but I don't think we'll ever see it. Anyways, I'm going to end this video now. I hope you guys liked checking out Best Jeanist with me. If you did vote for him, you got him. If you didn't vote for him, well, yeah, hopefully you like checking him out anyways with the rest of us. But I really like the figure. I think he is awesome. If you can get him, obviously, from Japan, usually they're a little bit cheaper. You pay a little bit more for shipping, though. But I know they are coming out stateside, because I have gotten these two stateside already. So be on the lookout in your local shops. Look online, Big Bad Toy Store, stuff like that, if you're looking to get these stateside or more locally. But anyways, again, I'm going to say thank you. I already did that once, but I'm going to thank you guys again, because I really appreciate you guys watching the videos, supporting the channel, and just helping me with this cool little hobby I like to do. Click that like button, click that share button, click that dislike button if you hated Best Jeanist. Subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Click the link down below for our link tree for all the social medias. I post the shorts, the videos, the pictures, all that stuff on all the social medias. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, everyone.